really excited to be here. I thought I might give you a little bit of a Floridian, I'm, sprint walking look. I think it just looks appropriate, right? It looks like I'm living in Florida, probably just cleaned out the garage or something. I look like somebody that cleaned out the garage, and I'm about to go to the mall for, I don't know, a mimosa or something, a strip mall or something for a mimosa. That's what I feel I looked like anyway. So look, one of the things I wanted to talk about this week is we're not going to do videos because for whatever reason, something's just not been jibing with videos lately, but we're going to keep it light. Holidays are coming up. People are going to be getting ready to travel and all of that. So be careful when you're traveling with your pets. Be careful for the holidays and making sure that you're not giving them what they shouldn't get. And so if you watch on Tuesday, there should be some instructions on what to do and what not to give your pets for Thanksgiving. All right. At the end of the day, just be cautious, please. Them's are animals, yeah? They're not people. They don't have good judgment. So you need to have good judgment. That's all we ask, really. And what's fun today is that we're going to have an awesome guest, Kristina Lucia, which was a guest on our last FRR, and wasn't able to do it last week because I wanted to have her the week that she was on FRR, but was under the weather. As you can see from the last FRR, I was wearing my pajamas. So she's been gracious enough to come this week. So we'll be seeing her in a couple of minutes, not a couple of minutes, but a few minutes, as I talk about a few things to start with. First, I wanted to talk about this story, which I found a little bit distressing, right? It's a story about an abandoned dog found starving in a closet by new homeowners in Maine. Yeah, this was in People magazine, actually. So let's get a little bit of a read on that one, shall we? So here's the story. Abandoned dog found starving in closet by new homeowners in Maine. The puppy pit bull mix was in need of medical care and food when Caribou police responded to the scene last Wednesday. Look at this beautiful little puppy. Oh, would do such a thing. So it says here, a couple in Maine recently encountered an unexpected guest while renovating their newly purchased home, an abandoned puppy. A puppy! The new homeowners discovered the malnourished pit bull mix inside a closet where it had seemingly been left for an undetermined amount of time. Obviously enough time for it to need medical attention and to be starving. The dog, who acted aggressively, understandably, when authorities responded to the scene last Wednesday, was in need of food and medical care. They're saying here, once the Humane Society looks at him, we'll have a better idea of whether he's suffered any infections or serious injuries. Bell added. Douglas Bell is one of the officers. Oh, look at him. Ooh. In a closet. So, okay, this is after they've gotten him. It says here, as you can tell, the pup has not been properly cared for in quite some time. In fact, he was found abandoned in a closet in a recently purchased home that had been vacant for some time in Caribou. Where the hell is Caribou? Caribou who? Caribou where? Where is Caribou? Because, they have caribous in Canada and upstate New York. Where is Caribou? Maine. I said that in the beginning, didn't I? Sorry. I'm a little bit ditzy today, a bit dizzy. All right. So this is what it says here. Bell told the newspaper that they were following leads about two people. We suspect that they were squatting in the home. So the suspects could be arrested and charged with cruelty or aggravated cruelty to animals, which comes with a $500 fine. And the responsible party could be held liable for the dog's medical expenses, according to Maine law. See, don't mess with the law. Do not mess with the law. There you have it. Them people were irresponsible and stupid. You don't do that. You don't do that to a dog. You know what I'm saying? All right, now my next story is here. Trying to figure out, this is even important as a story because okay, here is it. This story, I'm not sure what it's quite about, but it says here that brands are discovering their animal spirits. It says here, why so many ventures on the fringes of new finance branded with childish and garish critters? Have you guys noticed that? Dogecoin comes to mind. So when you think about it, here, let's just share the screen for a little bit. Where are you? You're right here. It says here, dog meme hits 220 million valuation at Sotheby's Bored Apes auction, is tipped to fetch 18 million. What? It says here, take the non-fungible tokens, Bored Apes, Pudgy Penguins, Cool Cats, Lazy Lions, and Moonbirds. These are examples of these financial brands that have animals as their animal spirit. Animals as their spirits, whatever you want to call them. Or the cryptocurrency Dogecoin, like I said, Shiba Inu, Big Eyes Coin, Panda Coin, and Pitbull. Or the blockchain games CryptoKitties, Battle Pets, Monster Infinite, and Crypto Alpaca, or the Crypto Casino True Flip. So it says here, in parallel universe, these animals might be mascot cereal brands, and one day perhaps they will. In the meantime, such iconography is a nod and a wink to charm and disarm, really. Fiat money is boring and worthy, but kittens are off to the moon, right? So that's from the Washington Post. This is what they're writing about. Oh, the use of infantile animal branding to pacify consumer concerns about unknown, unregulated, potentially hazardous products is not new. So beware, people. Indeed, it's reminiscent of the early era of MDMA, when ersatz ecstasy pills were stamped with doves and dolphins, a sales strategy that borrowed from glassine bag heroin branding, which itself learned from the blotter art of LSD. I wasn't a taker myself, so I can't tell you what that could have looked like. But yeah, so these are meant to sort of disarm you when you get into them, right? So you're buying yourself some cryptocurrency, you're a little bit afraid, but it's got a cute little Shiba Inu, and you're like, oh, why not? Beware, all right? Beware. It says here, but animal branding is far older than such industrial manufacturers, so these things are trademarks. So it says here, who could mistake such a picture for a mere specimen or artistical taste? It speaks plainly and it says, I am a trademark. What are they talking about? Oh, that's something else. I hate when they do that. They separate the whole article into something else, but whatever. Anyway, all I have to say is this. While all these cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, all these things are like diving, don't get snowed by the cute little doggy or the cute little kitten and say, oh, this looks disarming. That's your money. That's your money. So just be careful, will you? So now we're going to have Kristina come into our little chat, Kristina Lucia. So let's get ourselves together and get her in here. Ooh, that's a nice profile picture. We like that. All right. She's like ready. She's at an exhibit. Is it somebody's home? Oh, hello.
Hello. Good to be here.
Oh, wow. So let's get us side by side. Oh, how are you doing?
We're doing fabulous. They're all excited to make their debut on your show.
You sound so sultry.
I try.
Well, it all goes with the whole, it's a branding thing, you know. You've got the Kristina, I want to say Kristina Lucia.
Yes.
But it's Kristina Lucia, and it all works well together. The whole Italian and sultriness and all of that. Thank you for that, because you know, it's such an opposition to those little things behind you.
It's true. The irony is crochet is actually really big in the Italian culture. That's actually how I started learning to crochet. My great grandma was a very avid crocheter, and she passed before she could teach me. I was only 3 when she passed. And I got tired of my mom saying, no one crochets, no one crochets. And so I was like, I'll learn to crochet. And then I ended up learning to knit as well. So it's ironic, as wholesome as crochet can be, crochet, lace making, embroidery, like when I've been in Tuscany and other areas of Italy, like Sicily, you just see these shops and you see these women sitting in their doorways, like working on these things and making lace and embroidery. It's just amazing. It's really special.
Well, I quite would think so, but I doubt they would be as cutesy looking as what you've got going on in the back. Am I off on that?
Some of it's more elegant, so it can be more elegant. Like I do more elegant crochet work. My mom, it was actually funny. The last gift I gave my mom before she passed was a table runner. And so that was more elegant. And I did that.
Apologize.
No, of course.
My nose is running. Yeah.
I totally understand. So I have done more elegant. And that's actually why I learned to knit as well, because I wanted to be able to create sweaters and to create scarves and hats.
It's not a criticism at all. It's just an observation, really, because here I am faced with the image of sultry. You've got the red nail polish and all of that. And then in the back, we've got these little cutesy little things. And I'm like, what's going on here? What's that? What's that? And may I say, if you hadn't covered you in, you know, the last fur, I would have said, strange. You understand? Just a tad strange. Because I do remember you saying you don't have any pets, but them's are all animals in the back, yeah?
Yes. And
now, I wonder, are they ghosts of previous animals or something? Sinister. You know, that goes with the black. Is that what I'm missing?
No, they actually are inspired. The names are inspired by real people. Some of the original
that's worse.
Inspired by
The Conjuring. I'm getting a Conjuring feel. No, it's real people, not the ghosts. Real people, like people.
Yeah? People. Yeah.
People. All right. Sorry, I kid. I'm definitely.
No, I love it. It's fun.
Very nice. So talk about the people.
Yes, absolutely. So they were inspired. I use the names as inspiration. The main character, Bella, and I actually have her here with me as well. Bella is actually my nickname. The name originally came from my friend's little girl, Isabella. But as I started writing, I realized how much of Bella is me and how much of the mom is my mom. But then again, I also realized too, I'm writing this, and Bella's been my nickname for a very long time, especially in Italian culture. Ciao, Bella.
Yes. Ciao Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
Yes.
I'm always called Bella, especially when people don't know my name. And so I realized, no, I need to own this. I need to own my nickname.
Yes.
I need to own my inner child. And so leave it to a toddler to to make me realize I need to identify with this. And also when I identified stood strong, like, no, Bella's my nickname. This is me. It also gave me a freedom when I'm writing and creating, because there's not that pressure of
Right.
feeling like, oh gosh, I need to, am I going to upset somebody, blah, blah, blah. And so the other is Bella's posse, from Annie Puppy to Briella Giraffe to
Oh,
Ezra Elephant, Gabe Puppy, and Caleb Giraffe. They're her friends and they're more secondary. So it gives me that freedom where I'm still able to honor those kiddos. And ironically, Caleb is my nephew, who's 2 years old. And yes, my 2-year-old nephew.
Oh,
And
he's
the
still
reason
alive, right?
he's still alive and
Okay.
well. Yes, very
Okay.
well.
This is all very wholesome. Yeah.
Yes, very
Yes,
wholesome.
very
Wholesome.
nice, very nice. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that.
Mhm.
And I wanted to ask you a question because you're quite creative, and lots of people may not know that you were a dancer. Were you not?
I am a dancer. Yes, I'm a dancer as well. Yes,
Yes, you are. I'm
I
sorry, I
am. Yes,
made it
I
as if
am.
it was in the past tense, but you
Yeah,
still are.
still I am. Yep, still actively dancing. It's ironic because my days, I always budget time for my dance practice. So
Mm.
depending on when I'm working on, like I can switch my screen so I can give you another view of my work. Um, so I also illustrate my own books as well. So
Oh,
this is
nice.
some of the watercolors of the characters as well.
Ooh.
So I always have the crochet version available for the
Okay,
backdrop.
so they all correspond with the crochet version. So each character has a crochet version, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Ah, I love that.
And that's how too the colors of their outfits.
I love
I,
the colors, I must say. You coordinate quite well.
yes, yes. So I want
Yes,
to make sure there's that continuity so that everything
definitely.
is flowing through. Yeah. So my days are interesting. Like today, like I'm actually illustrating book 5 right now. So
Ooh.
my day today is everything from the back end marketing work, sending out messages, answering emails need to be answered. I was doing an illustration today. I also did my dance practice today, like I always do.
What
So
kind of
I always,
dance? Just really quickly.
sure, sure. I dance international Latin. So that is cha-cha,
Ooh.
samba, rumba, paso doble, and jive. And then I
Ooh.
also dance ballet as well.
Okay, so I love the Paso Doble because when you watch Dancing with the Stars, it's always yes,
Yes.
it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you, with all of that you've had to do in terms of getting those animals out, that must have been a lot of work. So did you have to sort of test out what kind of stuffing you wanted, how you wanted it to feel? Did you have your nephews or niece, somebody test out the feel of it or whatever? What was the process like?
So the testing came before I even realized it was a company.
Oh,
It
wow.
started off with me when I started learning to crochet. The first thing I did was I created a blanket. And after I created the blankets, like I gifted them, I wanted to keep creating. And so that's how I started creating the Lovey versions. And the first stuffed bear actually came when my friend and his wife were expecting their second baby. And his daughter actually was the recipient of the first ombre pink blanket I ever created. And we all know you don't just give to one kid, you have to give to both kids. So I created the older sister a lovey and a stuffed bear, and then created a lovey and a blanket for the new baby girl. And that's how the first stuffed animals came. And then when I started the company officially, it was a lot of me observing and listening to what people wanted.
Ah,
Originally, I thought my bears were going to be the main characters, but when I kept seeing people gravitate towards the elephants, that's how Bella became a forerunner. That's how Ezra became a forerunner. And
okay.
when when I started blogging, and through my blogging, when I realized I'm supposed to write a book series for children, that's also where Bella became the main character, because the deeper I got into the writing process and understanding my mission, understanding what I'm offering to the world, what value I'm adding. That's how I gain more solidity as well as to what I can offer people and why I'm offering it to people. So it's been a very, I was lucky. I have a lot of kiddos that gave me some really great test runs, and I saw their reactions to it and I saw what they were
Oh,
gravitating towards. And so I
very
was very
nice.
lucky.
So one of my questions as well, now, do any animals gravitate towards your pets?
It's ironic you say that. So yes, my sister and her husband have a new dog. And I was actually knitting a baby sweater when I was around them over the summer. And my last trip too, I was doing something similar. And the dog does gravitate. And I have decided, and I realize that the Motley Crew does do this already. I realize I do need to look into manufacturing because I can't always hand make everything forever. But I will always have the handmade option available because there's something about the scent of, I always wash my animals before they're sent out. I always make sure they're clean and everything's properly constructed. But there's something about the scent of the human, I think, when you're creating something, and the scent of
Yes.
baby detergent. And I think especially animals, that heightened sense. And I hate to, I mean, as humans, I think as children, we're actually more aware because we're not so built up with the stories, and even when I dog sit for my friend's dogs, they have 4 dogs that I dog sit for, and they're amazing.
Wow.
I love them. And they're all over it when I'm knitting and crocheting. Like, they love sitting on top of me. And so, yes, I do believe the animals enjoy it too.
Yeah, I would love, one of the things I would love to see is just a nice picture with your animals and some children and some animals together, because they love their toys, the little animals, the little dogs, the little cats, and like to sleep. Some of them like to snuggle with something. I think this would be a great way to sort of introduce them to animals as well, not just, people.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's the thing too. And actually, it's a blog that I have not written yet, but it's something that's always in the back of my head because a lot of my friends do have pets and they also have children.
So think
And
about it.
a lovey, exactly. So like a lovey, for example, that I create, like that's a great object for you to bring home for your dog to smell. So it has the
Yes.
baby scent on it. So the introducing, because again, that receiving blanket with the baby scent and allowing the dog to smell it before the baby comes into the house, like those things are very important. So
Or
that's always
before the
been
puppy comes into the house.
too. Yes, that too. Yes, yeah,
Yes, because you know how they can get, so the baby, the puppy, it all works
yeah.
together. That's really nice. I will admit, at first I was like, I don't know what she's bringing here. Not sure what, she doesn't have any pets, but she's got a lot of stuffies.
Yeah.
But I'm very impressed. I think they're adorable, and I definitely see, sorry, I definitely see a lot of people wanting these, especially during the holidays and summer, birthdays, all of that. And now,
Mhm.
where can people find you if they want to get one, if they want to read your blog? So give us a rundown of all the places they can reach you.
Sure, absolutely. So my website is www.triple-cokl.com. And I have my blogs there. I do have a place marker for my book series, which is coming. The characters are all there as well. I also am on Instagram and I can give you that handle. It's a little, I have to clean it up a little bit. It's a triple C underscore of
Okay.
underscore. It's like, I know I have to, and when I say it, I have to fix it. But you can find me on Instagram. All my links are on my website too. I'm
I'll
on
put it in the
Facebook.
description. I'll put it in all in the
Yeah,
description so that everybody can have access to it. And
yeah.
also the reference for that you were in. So we'll definitely put the segment. So we don't have to put the whole episode, but we'll put the segment that you were in so that people can see that. And then they can get all the information and hear your story, which is a wonderful story. And thank you so much, Kristina Lucia,
Thank
for
you. Thank you
coming.
for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And you were wonderful. And the whole dichotomy, it's a beautiful thing to see, to be honest. The juxtapositions, all of that, we love that because there's something very New York about you, which is, you know, the attire and all that. And right. And then here you have all these little cute, colorful, you know, animals in the back in the little pastel. It's quite
Yeah,
nice. It's
yeah.
quite nice. So thank you for sharing your story and sharing your animals with us.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure
Oh,
to be on your show and to interact with you and your team. You guys are absolutely amazing. I'm huge fans.
oh, yay. So just look, everyone who's been watching, you know, if you're watching this right now on the replay, just hit subscribe, follow Kristina Lucia on Instagram. Do you have TikTok?
I do have TikTok. I'm developing my TikTok. Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking of getting me on TikTok myself. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm thinking of it. I'm thinking of it. I've got a lot to say. I've got a lot to say.
Yeah,
And I kind of don't want to limit myself to just animals, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think I
Absolutely.
want to sort of branch out and sort of talk about myself and where I'm from and what I like to do or whatever. So I'll just think about it. But yeah, so hopefully we can follow one another. Yeah.
Amazing. It'd be awesome. I love it. Totally.
Well,
All about it.
enjoy your evening. And this was lovely. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
very much.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And goodbye, everyone. We were very happy to have all of you here, and we'll see you next time. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Let's do a nice pose so we can have like a nice little screenshot.